loves haunted houses. When it comes to Halloween, that's like the first thing we think about. Oh, we want to go to a haunted house. Now, one of my favorite things when I was a kid was, the traveling carnivals, they had the haunted trailer ride. Yeah. That was my favorite. It was the cheesiest, it was the worst, but it was the most fun.
They had all the squiggly mirrors.
Yeah, and like the scales would fall out of the coffin and go, man.
You could still smell the cigarette smoke on everything.
You certainly could.
For 10 years.
Yeah, well. Gavin, take off your mask. It's after Halloween.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Oh,
We're back.
This little bitch trying to be funny here.
We're back.
We're back after a lot of issues. There's some studio issues. I had family issues, so we missed all of our fun Halloween shows.
We did.
All of the Halloween.
Like everything in October, like this year just needs to come to an end. Is all I got.
Please,
Wait.
let 2016 just leave and go away.
What was I doing in the studio for 2 weeks?
You're
I
probably
have
here with
no
Frost.
idea.
That's how your beard got a little bit longer.
Oh, okay.
Frost, our sound guy, didn't get the email, so he showed up every week. Do we not have a show this week? No.
Oh my God.
Poor Frost.
Frost, we love you.
It's been a little chaotic for us all, but hey, we're back. What's up, everyone?
Okay, what are you like?
No, I'm not touching. I'm not touching a thing.
Okay, so anyways, welcome back to we're back in the studio. We're live, and while we were gone, we had a fun event that Harley was at.
Yes, I went to Texas Terror Challenge, even
And
though
she
I was
scared
the only
them.
one that showed up.
Which I find that very odd, but yes, did you
I
have
did.
fun?
I had a blast. My favorite part was definitely Saturday evening, where they dressed up Ben as a zombie, and then we all loaded in the back of a truck and shot gore at people as they ran through cactuses.
Gore through cactuses. So, in case you didn't know and haven't paid attention to our show, Eddie's show, Texas Terror Challenge is a giant haunt event that's mixing LARP and hands-on grocery and a story where you have to try to survive over the course of 36 hours.
And the food was fantastic. I loved the chicken and corn.
She's like, yeah, I was hearing like a horrible thing. I was just eating corn.
I was just, I showed up, they fed me, they gave me a gun loaded with blood and told me to shoot people.
Shoot people with this.
So,
The only reason I didn't go is because I have lack of transportation.
Yes, he had lack of transportation.
In Eddie's show at 10 o'clock tonight, they're going to be talking all sorts of things happening at Texas Terror Challenge, so you have lots of fun with that. But today we have this amazing guest on. Like we've already kind of geeked out with him before the show was even on happening.
That was good.
So I want to know, what part of your soul did you sell to get this guest?
I just went. So if we decide we want to talk about kickstarting board games, because everything seems to want to go to Kickstarter to make their board games, and I don't quite understand it. But one of my favorite games off of Kickstarter was Exploding Kittens.
Which is a great game.
They have a new game called Bears vs. Baby, which is even more bat guano crazy. And so I was like, okay, I want them to come talk about kickstarting board games. So I just emailed them and like, oh yeah, here, let's do this and this and this. And I was expecting maybe like somebody who says, I print the cards, but we got like the main mechanic designer. And I was like, this is awesome. We learned more about it. I was like, he's an Xbox fanboy with me because he was, part of Microsoft Studios.
Yes.
And yeah, we're all like, except Pocky because he's a PlayStation.
I'm a PlayStation.
No,
sorry.
You two can't be on the show anymore. You're the PC master race.
We're the Xboxers.
I'm
I
a
own an
PlayStation.
Xbox. No, I'm a gamer. I have all three. So F you.
Well, I owned every game station since the
They're
Atari,
called
so...
game systems, not stations, dear.
No, they
Station.
No, there's some of them are still
Station.
I'm
stations.
giving you a hard time. So, yes,
Ted.
we're going to premiere a new segment kicking off called Geek versus Geek. We want to see how this goes. It's going to be a debate between myself and Pocky, who's got to be prepared to lose, over the merits of crowdfunding like Kickstarter versus on-demand projects like GameCrafter.
What are you doing?
And Jeffrey is going to be our. Well, I don't even know what emo is going on over there, but Jeffrey's going to be our judge. So
I'm going to be the judge.
We are going to kick off right now.
Here comes the judge.
It's like I have 5-year-old sugar rush children next to me.
We're back. We're back on the show.
They're all just a little excited.
Bored.
Well, I
I
mean,
know.
technically, I am wearing a gargoyle shirt, so I'm
'Cause
yeah,
gargoyles.
5 years old.
I'm
I
gonna
can't
say I
get this
think
off
it's
my
the
head.
pickles.
It's really stuck.
All right, so let's get into Geek versus Geek. Me versus Pocky. Who's going to win? Jeffrey will find out.
Jeffrey.
And I have a pickle for
And it
crotch.
really
I have pickles for crotch.
Yeah.
All right, so this is our new segment we're calling Geek versus Geek, where we decide every few weeks we're going to debate something. Today's the perfect debate of on-demand publishing versus crowdfunding.
Right.
And so we each get 1 minute for an opening remark, 1 minute for rebuttal, and 1 minute for closing arguments. And Jeffrey's going to have to decide. He's going to kind of the judge who wins at the end of this day. So I'm going to go ahead and let Pocky make his opening remarks, and then I'll follow.
So you want me to do this a minute each?
A minute each. So
All right.
Pocky, you got your
Ready?
minute. Let's see what happens.
Set. Go.
So my thing about open source crowdfunding is we have to remember it is pure marketing at its best and its most genius. Pre-orders and getting the customer to understand your product at its easiest. And this, to me, is why crowdfunding is the greatest, because it's one part marketing and one part getting your brand out there to people to understand who and what you really are. That's all I really have to say.
Wow, you did that in a matter of like...
That was only like
I know,
20
right?
seconds.
Wow, I'm good.
Right,
Okay.
all right. So here's my opening arguments. Okay?
Go.
I think on-demand publishing, especially when it comes to your creative ideas, is the best way to go because you are not limited by your social network, and you can actually physically get your copy to play test it to make sure it's okay. When you want to go crowdfunding, you don't really know how it's going to turn out. You don't know how much you're going to get in over your head, because it happened to one of our co-hosts before that got in over their head with crowdfunding. So when you do on-demand, it's no upfront cost. You're not relying on a social network to try to save you, because how many projects have been out there that have not been funded because they don't have a social footprint? They fail, but they might be good ideas. So go with the on-demand like Game Crafter. So you create your storefront, and it's there. They help you promote it. You're good to go, and it's out there. There's no one telling you your project sucks by not funding it.
Okay. Well, that was
You did that 45 seconds. There you go.
There we go.
So my rebuttal to you.
Go.
So my rebuttal is, yeah, you're print on demand, which means you're going to have to go to conventions. You're going to have to go to places to get your game sold. You're going to have to go to gaming stores and do all that. Versus, if you do a Kickstarter, yes, you're right. Part of it is getting your social networking down. But if you're not good at social networking, how are you going to do your print on demand at all? Because you need to get somebody out there to take a bet on a product that they have no experience with at all. At least with the crowdfunding, if it doesn't succeed, you can go back, figure out why it didn't succeed, and try again. Versus having a closet literally full of your game that will never sell. You can easily have your social footprint also be part of conventions. As an example, I saw a game called Random Encounters. These guys went to every gaming conventions they could afford to, and some not do, and they could easily get their social footprint out there bigger
10
and
seconds.
larger. And that allowed them to have a very successful Kickstarter.
Ooh, okay.
I'm disagreeing with you because you seem
course
to
you
not
are.
understand the point of on-demand printing is you don't have no upfront costs. It's printed when someone orders it. You create your storefront. Like, let's take Game Crafter and Lulu, which makes books, for example. Lulu, you can also do ebooks. Look at the entire self-printed stuff on ebooks alone. But I'm looking at Game Crafter. You create your storefront. You get your product. It's there. You can submit to people for reviews. They help you find places to go. You're not relying on a social footprint to be a success. You're relying on the strength of your product to be a success. Anybody can get it. You're not making promises you can't keep. And it's just a much more streamlined, flowing way to get your product made. Because you can make copies of it, you can take it around with you, and they will even help you go to conventions. There's a reason why there's this balance between crowdsourcing and this
10
one.
seconds.
But I really think that this is the way to go with on-demand printing.
Good both tie there. It's not bad.
Closing arguments then.
All right, closing arguments. You have 1 minute.
My closing argument is this: you keep talking about the lack of
Closing
social.
arguments, you suck.
You do, but that's beside the point.
No comment from the other party, please.
So you are
It's not the
you are
elections.
forced. You're talking about the lack of social footprint. Lack of social footprint. Everything is social footprint these days. Every movie, everything you do relies on a social footprint, a networking of people who want your game or don't want your game. any game, anything, even down to the AAA games, have a social footprint on their success or on their failure. Yes, if you don't network correctly, your game is going to fail. But that goes for any game, period. Print on demand or Kickstarter. With a Kickstarter, at least when you're making the game, people are buying that game. If you go in over your head and you start doing bad things, that's on you. That's not on the game. That's not on the source. That's you.
10 seconds.
You should make your game and stick to the guns. Anyone who doesn't stick to their guns generally fail or make a product people don't like.
Ooh, that was close.
Yes. Well, I also had a couple interruptions there for a couple seconds.
And Gavin.
Okay, yes, your social footprint counts as everything, but in Kickstarter, crowdfunding, it is everything. You will fail if you don't have a good product and a good social media aspect. Whereas in on-demand publishing, you are in a store already. People can find you easier. Try finding fun games that you would really like on Kickstarter or Indiegogo. There's not a really good search function outside of just board game. And what you'll see is everything that's being funded, and then all these people's dreams and hopes that are way down here at the bottom because they don't have that social footprint that these really like Fantasy Flight, they don't need to do that, but they do it because it's easy for them. You put your stuff in a storefront where it's easy to find on GameCrafter or on Amazon or on Lulu. You follow your dreams and you don't have anyone telling you you're not worth it because you couldn't raise this money. You have a product that anybody can get, and whether it's success or not, that's fine, but at least it's already made.
10 seconds.
And it's there. On-demand services, the way to go.
Kickstarter services done properly, the best way to go.
Now, you have to decide.
Wow. Okay. I really got to say, here, I'll give myself a minute. There we go. No, I was kidding. I definitely got to say, I think you have more of the mechanics on how to go about this on the Kickstarters and such, but you have the more strategic way of looking at farther in advance than, what is to come and such. This is a very difficult one because I personally just started getting to Kickstarters and
that was a fun conversation today.
Oh, that was a very fun one. And I honestly, for right now, I say this round is a tie.
You can't say that. You got to pick one. You pansy.
No, I said it. I am the judge. All right, fine. The gods audio is upset. I will have to say. Oh my gosh, this is really hard.
No, I like the tie concept.
Because you don't want to lose.
No, it's fine because it's soccer.
No.
All right. Give me one tagline. Give me one quick thing.
Oh, my quick thing is crowdsourcing is easy. I don't know.
Okay, give me your quick thing.
I'm the godfather of Fanboy TV.
Just have a point.
So
you have a beard. You're clean shaven.
Pick, Jeffrey. Pick.
Boobs.
Harley wins.
Harley.
No, you got to pick one of us.
All right, as a judge, I'm definitely gonna have to say I do like your point of views, and I really like your point of views, but I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to pick Gavin here.
I am the champion, my friend.
No. You literally intimidated our judge.
Maybe, but until next time, we'll definitely figure this out and get this settled away. So right now, Gavin's one.
Wait. What did you think
Pocky
about
0.
this segment, this Geek versus Geek segment? Do you want to keep doing it? Because I thought it was pretty fun.
Well, I think we should keep doing it.
But you have to pick a side.
No,
the
we're
judge
gonna
has
choose-
to pick a side.
Well, this is a little difficult for me. I just started getting a kickstarting, and it's.
How about we
very
change how the
interesting.
judges as many?
Well, the contestant judge will be changed every time. But we really want to know what you think of this segment. Let us know in the comments when you see this online. But right now, let's get Harley back up here because it's time to get to our main topic. We are going to be speaking of kickstarting games. And apparently one of these mics is deciding it wants to jack with us, so we got to be real careful with it.
Yes.
I'm guessing it's this one hates me. So we have Elan.
Elan.
I've asked him
Honorable
5
mention,
times how to
sir.
say his name, and I just can't figure out. Lee on with us. So let's introduce him. Bring him on the screen so everyone can meet him. And so he
should
is.
coming
Boo.
right here. Put him right here. Can we put him right here?
Technology works.
Hey! Technology is fun. So I got him to come on because we have, Frost, our sound guy, is huge about Kickstarter board games. He's always backing them.
Oh, yeah.
I find they hit and miss sometimes, but I like looking at the ones that don't succeed because I want to see what their ideas were and why. And let's face it, the big games that come off of Kickstarter board games they're huge. Like Exploding Kittens was ginormous, and we have it. We play the crap out of it, and we like to screw each other over many times.
That's because you play in a house where Munchkin is considered soft combat.
Yeah, Munchkin is definitely soft combat in my
I'm
house.
not a Munchkin fan.
Well,
I
you know,
love
Pocky doesn't
Munchkin.
like soft combat because he likes to get butt hurt over being hit with a frying pan.
Let's have a Munchkin
No.
battle sometime.
He
gonna do
just
this.
constantly will troll. He trolls.
So-
Gavin trolls all the
No,
time.
I don't troll. We hit you
Troll.
with a frying pan once at Disney Infinity, and you went crazy. But anyways,
No, you would stop
With
hitting me.
Rapunzel.
yes. So kickstarting on board games, and then so the guys behind Exploding Kittens have a new game that looks even more crazier. Is that even a word? More crazier?
Yes.
No,
Yes,
you're
it
using
can
bad
be.
English.
Called
I
Bears
put my
versus
ears-
Babies. So
I have my Mad
welcome
Hatter
to the
here. It's
show.
crazier. Hello, sir.
As you can see, Harley's wearing her bear outfit today. I would have come as the giant baby, but I just
No.
can't rock a diaper.
No, you
No.
can't rock the diaper today.
No.
So
No,
tell us
don't
a little
ever.
bit about Bears versus Babies.
Sure. First of all, how well can you hear me? It's coming through?
We hear you fine.
You're
Good.
just good.
Awesome. All right. So yeah, Bears vs. Babies is our second game. We've been building it for off and on for a year while we try to grow and really start the Exploding Kittens company. And it's the same notion. Like the idea behind Exploding Kittens, I think one of the reasons you like it so much is Exploding Kittens is not designed to be entertaining. Exploding Kittens is designed to make the people you're playing with entertaining.
Yeah.
And, we worked really hard at that. And Bears vs. Babies is up on Kickstarter now, and it is designed to do the same thing. It's hilarious art and amazing mechanics that are all tailored to make the people you're playing with suddenly become much more entertaining than they were just moments ago.
Which is hilarious because we all love the style of the oatmeal. Let's face it. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
if you look at the cards, you get like the bear with a rocket body with a chainsaw arm, and there's like a party hat. So the mechanics of this game are actually quite simple. You can find out more about it on the Kickstarter page. But I just want to ask, because when we were doing our research on you, you've been around the block before with like special effects and Xbox, because you hate Xbox. We're Xbox bros here. How did you
say that
decide
very
to
much
transition into, hey, I want to make a card game about some exploding freaking kittens?
Yeah. I've been building games for 17 years now. I was lead game designer on the original Xbox, and then did a whole bunch of startups. Started this new genre of gaming called alternate reality gaming. I built a whole bunch of those, and then went back to Microsoft to help them build the Xbox One. I was creative director over there, where I built a TV studio, and I know digital entertainment. I'm really good at digital entertainment. And I ran into this problem where my brothers and sisters are having kids now, so I'm getting all these sort of my family is growing. I'm getting all these nieces and nephews, and they're starting to play video games. And I walk into their house. I remember I walked into the house of my 4-year-old niece, and she is sitting there glued to the TV playing Halo. And Halo is one of the games that I helped build, and I'm sitting there watching her, and I'm like, hey, how's it going? Let's go out and play. And she is just glued to the TV, which is sorry, say again.
No, I'm
We're
just
just
laughing.
laughing.
That's fantastic. That's great.
Yeah, keep going.
It's one part fantastic and one part like isolating, like kind of terrifying, because I was feeling really guilty about that. I know there's a place for that. I was raised on that stuff, and I built some huge games. But then I thought maybe it's time to try to build something that is more inclusive. That like you're gonna want to sit around a table and you're gonna want to play with your friends, and it's gonna make you laugh, or you have no soul. And that's what I decided to try.
So, yeah, it's interesting because board games seem to be on the rise, especially because of Kickstarters. Like, my house is full of board games. I own like 800 versions of Risk because I love that game and how you can theme it. Like, I've got the Halo Risk that's like the 5-foot board.
Where have you been all my life, Gavin?
That's where I'm having a
Seriously.
game day this weekend because I have games I've never even opened yet. So,
We need to play Monopoly, because then we can all get
Oh,
divorced and
nope.
yell at each other.
Nope.
I do horror board games. I do all the horror. I got like,
Like
Last Night
Arkham
on
Horror
Earth,
stuff,
and,
Last
yeah,
Night on
Ark Horror, yeah.
I
So-
like the strategic ones.
I like-
Stratego, Risk,
I
and
like
everything else like that.
I like card games where I can make people be horrible.
this
Yeah,
is so.
I'm with you. Those are my favorites.
So
There you go.
you and Harley are like gaming
We should do
siblings
this.
here. You're like, yeah, we're totally gonna Uno and stuff
I've
like
got
that.
I've got the Uno, and I'm like I love Monopoly because it is like
You keep bringing up Monopoly. I'm not going to play it with you because I
Nope.
know it's not going to end well.
it's not
none
going
of
to
us-
well for any of you because I cheat.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, that's why we're not gonna play with you.
All right, so
Power
the
Rangers
question I have then is,
Monopoly, though.
you're pretty well connected. How did you decide to use Kickstarter to really start making these tabletop and card games?
Yeah, well, the answer to that is different from one campaign to the next. So the first one for Exploding Kittens, it was really supposed to be small. I had just resigned from the Xbox, and my buddy Matt, who draws the oatmeal, we have some mutual friends, and we were all just sort of hanging out, thinking like, let's all just take a break. Let's take a year actually, and just do little projects and make life really, really easy and just fun. And so Exploding Kittens was honestly supposed to be a small project. We were just trying to raise $10,000. The idea was we'll fulfill it out of my garage. I'll pay for it with pizza and beer, and my friends will all come by, and we'll stuff a bunch of boxes and send it out to a few hundred people. And so we put it on Kickstarter because that was a really easy place for us to just experiment to see if it works. Is there an audience? If it fails, whatever, we'll go off and do something else. So we tried to raise those $10,000, and we raised almost $9 million instead.
Holy crap!
I actually looked up the Kickstarter when I was looking at mine. I was like, I wonder how much they actually made on this, because I went through and looked at a bunch of Kickstarter games and everything, and I was like, how much did these people make? How much did they ask for?
What is it like when you get like a bajillion times more than you're asking for? You're like, oh crap, what are we gonna do now?
It's crazy, right? So that was terrifying because suddenly I can't fulfill that out of my garage. Suddenly we have to start a company. Like we have no choice just to fulfill that many orders. We were supposed to print out just a few hundred boxes. We had to print out over 700,000 boxes to fulfill those orders.
Oh my gosh!
And it was crazy. So the answer to the first question is, why did we go on Kickstarter the first time? It was an accident. Like we did not intend this to become a company or a big success. We had a lot of fun building the campaign, building the game. Once it got a little bit successful, we did some really fun stuff to make it much, much, much bigger, and we got really good at that. The answer for the second time, our active campaign right now, the reason that Bears vs. Babies is up on Kickstarter right now is because we started thinking about, like, should we self-publish this? Should we go to an outside publisher, or should we go back to Kickstarter? And the answer is you go to Kickstarter for half of crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is crowd and funding.
Yeah.
We don't go there for the funding. We go there for the crowd. Kickstarter is an incredible place to raise a crowd. And that crowd, that audience, that built-in audience, they are passionate and they are dedicated and they are excited, and they are the ones that allow a new game to be born. And that is more valuable to us than any amount of money.
Yeah.
I mean, I know for a fact that, like, when I see Frost, it's like, your friend Frost is backing this board game. I'm like, okay, the name alone, click. Oh, wow, I should back that too. Or
Yeah, he's really good at finding the good games on.
right, and I also
Kickstarter.
like I do pen and paper games because I'm a huge pen and paper guy. And the same concept holds true. They'll want so much money. People will see their game, or somebody will suggest it, and then it's like, I'll look at it, and then I'll suggest it on my Facebook feed. It's like, hey, and then all of a sudden, like, this one person told me, now I'm telling 10 other people.
Yeah.
Yep. And even on a small scale, that works so well at building a community around a new property, because that's what new properties need. They need a support group, like a nurturing infrastructure in order to get out there in the world and become real.
So, what do you think about, like, you kind of answered my questions with you're birthing a game on Kickstarter with a crowd. But what about the companies that are using it that don't really need to use it? Like, what is your opinion on, like, let's say Fantasy Flight saying, oh, we're going to crowdfund the Star Wars game, when you know they really don't need to?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're using it as marketing. It's an expensive way to do marketing, honestly. I mean, you're paying large percentages of what you make to Kickstarter, to the credit card processing company, to the survey company after that. Like, it really all adds up. I mean, unless you know it's going to be just a hit it out of the park success, it's really an expensive way to do marketing. I'm obsessed with crowdfunding. I've backed more than 200 projects on Kickstarter, more than 100 on Indiegogo, other various sites. So much so that I've started a blog called Elan Backs Everything, where I just post about the craziest, most insane crap that I've backed. And I think that's a really important thing. It's like, you watch a James Bond film and he goes into Q's lab and Q is showing him all the cool little gadgets and insane things that are going to equip him for the world. That's what Kickstarter is for me. It's like, it's this just library of insane, amazing stuff that I didn't think I needed until I saw it, and then I realized, oh my god, I totally need that thing. And it's amazing. I think people who use it for that, to say, I've got a crazy idea, I don't know what to do with it, let me see if an audience likes it or not, that's really what those sites are tailored for. And that's why I enjoy them. That's what I hope people really, really continue to use them for instead of just marketing.
So,
Sorry.
You go.
All right. I actually had a question about for Kickstarters. When you started getting into Kickstarter, has there ever been a Kickstarter that almost didn't make it to the goal that you wanted?
There was this God, I forget what it's called, but it was an endless desktop slinky treadmill. It was literally stairs going in an endless loop for a slinky, right? So the most awesome thing. I was so excited about this thing. I backed it. I told all my friends. And it fell like just short of hitting its funding goal and never got created. It was heartbreaking.
I have one of those. I totally have one of those. Right after American McGee's new Alice Madness Returns came out, he put up a Kickstarter for a Wizard of Oz game. And it fell like $200 short, and it had all these gorgeous game graphics. He had already like done some of the trailers, and it was beautiful, had a gorgeous cast, art books, and then it fell short.
That's when places like Indiegogo come in, because they have the all or nothing, or you get what you get.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think crowdsourcing is evolving. So the idea for Bears versus Babies, because we've got about 7 minutes left.
I have a question about the Bears versus Babies.
She just wants to ask you about the Bears versus Babies condoms.
I want to talk about the condoms that I saw on Facebook earlier.
Now, before we do that, this is part of their stretch goals, because they made so much money that you literally posted, "Quit giving us money." So you gave everybody a task. And before we go too far, a lot of people complain about that task because they're like, well, you've already made all the money, just give us the stretch goals. Right. How did you handle that?
Yeah, so the background here is we hit our funding goal in 9 minutes, like literally 9 minutes in we hit our goal.
Whoa!
And the campaign is over $2 million at this point, and so it's ridiculous. It's more than we need. It's enough to get the game started, and then quite a bit. So right now, what a typical Kickstarter campaign will do is it'll announce stretch goals. So it'll say, well, we made $10,000. If you give us $20,000, we'll give you a carrying case, and $30,000 we'll do whatever. And so we came up with stretch goals as well, but I felt really bad asking for more money. It just felt horrible. Like there's no reason for it. But like I said, we are on that site to raise a crowd. We want people to have fun. We want people to welcome this game into the world. And honestly, the more people we can get behind it, the more people we can help that can help us test the game and make it as good as it can possibly be. That's the most valuable thing in the world to me. So we set up our stretch goals based on challenges. We said, look, the game's supposed to be 80 cards. We can raise that to 112 cards, and we'll just eat the cost of that. What we want from you in return is a party. We want you to take ridiculous pictures of yourselves, and we want you to make costumes and dioramas, and we want you to get a Bears versus Baby tattoo and do insane stuff, not because we think that's hard or because we think you're going to do it or not going to do it. We want to do that because it's fun. And the more fun you're having with us, the more you're going to love this game as much as we do, and that's the environment we need to create in order for this thing to become real. So that's it. That's what we did behind our stretch goals. We said, literally, don't give us any more money. Just have fun with us, because that's all we really care about.
I really appreciate that you appreciate the fandom, and it's not all about money or whatever your career or anything. It's you want to entertain people, and I really appreciate that you're doing that for people.
So we're gonna let Harley ask you her dying question.
Oh my gosh.
So this morning I was scrolling through my Facebook like I do every morning, and I came across a picture of a set. I want to say it was like 8 condoms, and each of them had pictures like "Don't go in bareback" and "Wear this, or you're gonna be changing diapers forever."
Yeah.
We saw these, and we're just like dying. And we want to know, how do we get these? We need these in our life just for the sheer fact that we have them.
So those things. So we call that whole thing birth control, BEARTH control, birth control. Get it? And it all came about because we were sitting around brainstorming. What's a bears versus babies condom? Like, what does that mean? And we realized that bears versus babies condom is just a condom that's bear themed, because that's the condom part is the versus babies part. So as long as we can do something bear related on a condom, we've got birth control. So we tied it to a stretch goal. We basically said, if you go to bearsversusbabies.com or go to our Kickstarter page, any of those things, you will find a list of challenges that the entire community is trying to accomplish right now. We told them that we will give everyone that condom for free. We will put it right there in the Not Safe for Work booster pack and just give it to everybody. If you accomplish any 20 of these insane tasks that we've put
All right, guys, we got a job.
If we do this, I will wear it on my hat at
Okay.
all times.
Well, I just want the one that says, within the 3rd trimester, babies have already stolen 10,000 souls.
Oh my god.
Like, when you went to the company to get these printed, where they're like, are you for real?
Oh, man. You would not believe some of the stuff that we make companies print.
Elon?
Yeah. We went to Comic-Con this year, and I was really worried about how are we going to stand out, right? Comic-Con is so noisy. And I went to this printer, and I said, I want you to print out a deck of Exploding Kittens cards for me where each card is 6 feet tall and takes 3 people to lift. And they did it. And we went to Comic-Con with this insane deck, and we played with like 50 people at a time because it took 3 people to lift every card and play it in front of them.
Oh my god.
Can you
that's
bring
amazing.
this to Dragon Con next year?
Please?
No.
I need this at Dragon, and I will come sit at the booth just to play this.
So I have to say, I can feel why your Kickstarters are always successful. If you're this enthusiastic in your videos, I will throw all. I would just here. Hold on. I will do this.
Oh, he's throwing
More
money.
money at you.
Here's
Just
my
make it
wallet.
right.
There.
Just
I'm
take
throwing
it.
my wallet
Just
at you,
take
sir.
it.
You are enthusiastic and you make me want to throw money at you.
I love it.
All right.
I'm getting paid not to grow up. It's the most fun job in the world.
Isn't it?
That's a
I
good
know.
job. That's what we do.
Every time I go work for Bethesda, it's my favorite part. Is
We
I
just-
don't have to act like an adult.
We just kind of do TV and make our shows and have fun.
Yeah.
But my question is, will your next game involve anything with bacon? Please say yes.
Oh.
Something with bacon.
No,
Bacon with googly
no.
eyes.
All right. I will throw that in the hopper. We did just so you get a little taste of it. We released an Exploding Kittens iPhone app, and you
Yes.
can play. We just released a bacon
iPhone.
avatar for it, so you can play as bacon.
Sorry, all of the fanboy crew are cool with Androids except for Jeffrey and his lame iPhone.
iPhone.
That's
Thank
okay.
you.
I have an
Thank you.
iDevice at
It's
home.
a-
I can play this.
It's great. We're an equal opportunity mobile.
There.
But iPhone first. iPhone first.
Yes. Let them get the.
Wait, because my Google Pixel will be here soon, and I will school your iPhone.
Yes.
I can't wait to get a new
So,
one.
where can people find out more about Bears versus Babies online?
Go to bearsversusbabies.com or literally start typing the word bear, and Google will take care of the rest.
Make sure you have safe search on.
Please,
Safe
God.
search.
Otherwise,
Because I heard about this and I did it and I was at work and I was like, wait a minute, but this is not what I want.
No.
This was
This is
not
not
right.
what I
In
want.
the NSF deck, there are bears.
Yes,
Jeffrey,
bears.
bears with quotation marks. So that's the
Bears.
one I'm
Bears.
backing because I want the crazy stuff.
Yeah, NSF
I'm gonna
deck
play this-
Is, crazy is an understatement. We're having some fun with that one.
we
You're
should
like-
play this at
Sir,
the
we
next-
definitely gotta say we appreciate your work so much. Thank
We
you.
do. Thank you so much.
So the
Yvonne.
last question before we have to go. What has
Yeah.
been the craziest bear monster you've made in your playtest time?
Here, I'll build one for you right now. Hold on.
Yes.
Okay,
You know what? But we need to play players versus.
this is our prototype deck. Nobody's seen these before. Is this showing up all
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
a bat.
It's a bat.
There's a bat. We'll put him here in a bikini. Hold on.
Oh my god.
What bikini?
That is
We'll
a
put him
horrifying
on,
bikini.
Here, we'll put him on spider feet.
Oh.
Yep.
All right, there we go. We're gonna go with that one. I can't give him arms because I can't hold that many cards right
That's
now. but yeah,
okay.
that's how the
No,
game
we're
works.
good.
This is amazing.
All right, so
We're playing
thank
this for the
you
experiment.
for
We gotta
being.
play this the next freaking
Yeah.
show during the whole time.
Be like, screw you guys.
Thank you for coming and being one of our amazing guests we've had on Fanboy TV. We've got this growing roster, and you're like one of our favorites now forever. So just keep that in mind. We would love talking to you about this. Can't wait to get our
Yeah.
hands on the game because
I can't wait to get my hands on those condoms.
Can I take you my condom?
I just don't. Yeah.
Just gonna collect a deck of them.
But we don't even know what the third stretch goal is yet, so we have no idea what's coming.
It could be even better.
It would be impossible to understate my excitement about the third stretch goal.
Oh no.
So
I've got it in my evil GM grin now. So
all right, thank you again for coming on. Everyone head to bearsversusbabies.com for more about this and go to Kickstarter. Start getting your ideas out there.
Come play
Xbox
with us.
Bros, come on, Jeffrey. We should totally Xbox Bro him on screen. Yeah, Xbox Bro because
Jinx major.
Yeah.
I own an Xbox.
So that's it with our special guests. You can find them online. Thanks again. I'll send you all the clips and everything we talked about ahead of time. And you'll probably see us play your game at some point in time. We'll have you back on.
We'll have one whole entire episode just on your game.
Just us playing this
How
game.
messed up can this game get?
This would be fantastic.
All right, so that's it with our guests. Thank you for coming on. Next up, since we're talking about Kickstarter, we're going to let Jeffrey and Harley, since Harley and I can't do 10 things without degrading into peeing ourselves in laughter.
You think we're not going to do this now? Have you read my list?
The most absurd things they could find on Kickstarter. That'll be a campaign. Then we have a brand new bonus level where we're going to be listening to the commentary of 2 of our crew and the Nintendo Switch. Then we back to wrap up the show after that. So here's 10 things.
I'm fine. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
I got the potato salad.
And welcome back to 10 Things on Kickstarter. So this is going to be very interesting. Gavin kind of gave us a task to go ahead and find the 5 things that you can find.
5 of the most interesting crowdfund campaigns we could.
Yes, and I actually went about and I found a few, and so I'll go ahead and let's go first.
Yeah, you go first.
All right. So one I found that actually failed was the whole entire title explains itself. Thomas the Tank Engine themed RPG.
Pass. I have a toddler.
They were asking for 20,000 euro, and they didn't get a single dime.
I am happy about this.
Really? I mean, the Thomas the Tank Engine theme RPG. I know we're gamers and everything, but
I don't think I could do it. I couldn't do it.
That's just wow. We're in the dark. We're in the void. I mean, that's what happens. This is what happens when we mention about the Thomas the Tank RPG. All right, go ahead and go.
All right, so I kind of wrote little blurbs about mine because I know most of these Kickstarters.
It was fantastic.
So back in July of 2014, I was sitting at my desk at Sabre Hospitality Solutions, and the TVs were playing, and I just started dying. Somebody was on the news because he asked for $10 on Kickstarter to have a potato salad party.
I'm all right with this.
I hate potato salad. With only 27 days left in his campaign, he made 180 times what he asked for within the first day.
Oh my! How much was it? Like the cap that he was asking for?
So eventually, last I checked before I went back and did my research for this, he was at $389,000. A bunch of people came back and was retracting their pledges toward the end, but he ended with $55,000 for potato salad. And now I found out he's back and has a potato salad cookbook.
What? All right, so moving on. This next one was very interesting. I had to read this about 3 or 4 different times, and it's Love of Music photo book. Love of Music is an ongoing photo exploration of women pose in various romantic and erotic relationships with musical instruments, such as a cello, guitars, harp,
Don't mind me.
rock drums,
right here
violin,
on my cello.
flute. And
All
the
up on my
list
cello.
literally goes on. And the front cover was this woman with a guitar, and she was just all like, I was like, oh my god. And I didn't click on the link anymore. I only got the little blob. I didn't want to go any further. I Love of Music photo book. They were asking for $19,750, and they didn't get a single thing. They failed this one horribly.
So my number 4 is 2014 was a terrible year for Kickstarter.
Oh.
Twerk Island, a real contest movie.
Twerk.
I had to go find this because it was sadly a thing. The plot, basically, according to its Kickstarter, was rich white girl. Rich was a famous rich white girl was all capitalized, so I'm assuming that's her name. So famous rich white girl organizes world championship twerk contest with 20 top dance groups and DJs. Lucky for all of us, this did not get funded, as only one person donated, and it was 30 euros out of the 1 million they asked for.
1 million to
They asked for 1 million to make a twerk contest movie.
That's a lot of ass for me. So going to this one, I was trying to figure out something to do, and Gavin kind of pitched this one to me, and this is the dick emoji, and it's Moby Dick entirely of Moby Dick, all emoji translation. Moby Dick translation
with emojis
in dicks.
All I could see was
I can't
penises.
even. I mean, I get enough dick pic as it is, and you know who you are. But wow, I just
Did this ever get funded?
I looked at it and I did not find a single digit that it got funded or anything. So, but I was just like, when Kevin posted this to me, I'm like, out of all things,
my number two one, you're gonna die.
Oh, I can't wait to.
But
yes, keep
number
going.
3, because I find this funny because my household's a bunch of vapors. The vape iPhone case. In a world where your phone is in your hand half of the time, and your e-cigarettes in your hand the other half of the time, why not just combine them two to make something fantastic? What could make it even better? Apparently their idea was to turn their iPhone case into a vape.
That's
Because if you want to fund something that makes you look more like a douche. All right. I'm happy this also didn't get funded because it was $911 out of the $50,000 they wanted.
Oh my god.
Because they wanted it to go directly through Apple.
That's all I gotta
Throw
say.
that. You vape.
So this one I thought was very interesting, and this one is like, this kind of reminds me. Oh, so this is what they're gonna be wearing the apocalypse. Wengash silver anti-radiation underwear. Now, this one actually.
Underwear?
We'll get. Well, this is the description for this one. Worry about radiation hurting your sperm, eggs, or reproductive organs? Unpleasant odors lingering in your underwear? Feeling too hot in the summer? Constantly shocked by the static electricity? Our Wengash silver underwear is the all-in-all one solution. Our underwear is made from 100% pure silver, coated on polyester threads. We're asking for $2,000, folks! $2,000! And we made $2,141 because of you. We're protecting your sperm since whenever this was funded.
I can't believe it actually got funded.
This got funded, and I'm not gonna lie, I am actually tempted to purchase this just so I can say I own anti-radiation underwear.
I really wish I would have printed out the whole page for this, but I just had to make a quick blurb because we don't have enough time to talk about my number 2. This was my, I need a white girl coffee now because I just couldn't even. Cage Match, the Nicolas Cage dating app. I had to put this on my list no faith in humanity. It's a dating app that matches you to other people based on your ratings of Nicolas Cage films.
That poor man.
What their extended goal was, they didn't even hit a normal goal. What their extended goal was they were going to have a feature where it blocked everybody's faces into John Travolta.
No, I can't.
This, at the time of when I found this, it was an ongoing project. It officially closed, and it failed, with 30 blackers pledging 3,193 euros out of 20,000 euros.
Oh my gosh.
Thank God we don't have to look at Cage Match for the new Tinder.
So this one was my number one, and it was just wrong. We're almost running out of time here, but this is one is called Glam Cox Hot House Boys.
I'm gonna buy me one of those.
We were talking about this earlier. It's a board game to become a some rich dudes. I couldn't remember the whole name, but some rich dudes boy toy, and it's a board game where you are literally
a pretty boy.
A pretty boy, an escort. Let's just say that. And
Jeffrey's my pretty boy.
And it was ridiculous, and I just couldn't look at it anymore. The trailer, I'll send you the trailer later. It is priceless. Yes. Glam Cox Hot House Boys. They asked for $7,500, and they only made $5 of that. I think it was actually a porno.
It probably was.
A gay porno.
All right, so my number one, this is another I couldn't even, so this one's really short. Paul, the sexiest phone charger on the planet. I'm not even sure where to start on this.
That's all I say.
So basically, your phone charger was a mannequin, and it's a torso of a mutilated, decapitated man. You plug your iPhone where his junk should be, and the wall plug. The wall plug.
Right where the pickles are, folks.
The wall plug that you plugged into the wall came out of his butt. So you charge your phone on his junk, and his butt charges the wall.
I just don't understand why.
I couldn't even.
Why?
Like, pictures of this thing. It made $2,160 out of $8,000.
I honestly would probably buy one just to say
I
have
was like,
it. Some of these I was like, yeah,
this.
I would totally do it just so I could say I have it.
I was like, I could have built that. I have mannequins.
Anyways, folks, that's the totally absurd Kickstarter campaigns, the top 10 that we picked. So right now, let's go ahead and go into our bonus round.
Bonus round.
Oh, hello.
Introduce yourselves. Say who you are, I'll say who I am.
Hey, this is Jeffrey.
This is Pocky, and we're going to be making fun of Nintendo's introduction to the Switch.
The Switch. That's a Nintendo thing, yeah.
It is. So we're going to make fun of this as soon as Gavin's loading video happens.
Here we go.
Dun. Oh, look, Look, this is almost an accurate picture, but minus, add 40 more pounds to the guy and more pizza boxes. Yeah, he's leaving alone. He's fine.
He's like, hey, what's up? Okay, this is neat. I'm enjoying this.
This is
cool.
This is what happens when Nintendo plays Skyrim.
Like Xbox, and there's my dog. That's my dog Betsy, literally. Hey, play with me, play with me. Play with me. And then
now
this happens. What? Did he just, I thought he broke the controller first time I saw this. I was like,
no, he said. So you've got to remember, kids. Now it's become a PlayStation Portable.
This is insane. This is better than my iPhone that Gavin hates.
And now apparently you can play and not. Look, sit on the chair. Do not put your feet on the chair. Damn it. Be kosher.
Oh, they snapped it. It looks like a Domino's thing almost.
Oh, look, it's a pill.
What is this? What is this? He's going to 832. 9
look,
3/4. Where are you? Oh, hey, how you doing, lady? Hey.
Now apparently Nintendo will allow you to become a stalker.
Hi, do you want to play a game with me?
Look,
let's
you know what?
Let's clip it.
Okay,
now it's like a little notepad. It's like, oh wait, no.
Now some old lady's gonna accuse this guy of being a terrorist. They're gonna shut down the plane because of this. Oh my God!
I love this. I love this. He is literally just. Wow, so many.
Look, this gets to play last generation video games.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh my God, it's a controller. Nintendo remembered what a controller looks like. Jesus Christ! Oh my God, it's playing last year's games.
Yes, come on, shoot the dragon. Oh, look at those eyes. Hey kids, how you doing? Let's all play a game.
Oh God, now they're showing you how to become a pedophile.
Do they have it on a selfie stick? They have it on a freaking selfie stick.
And now they're gonna go after small children.
No.
Why are they? Okay, look.
I don't understand
this. Gamers can't do that. Okay.
Okay. All right. He's playing basketball.
Okay.
Hey, I'm tall. I can play.
Now it's
They're under a bridge. Oh, ready and fight!
Now it's become a Wesley Snipes movie.
Like
White men can't jump, and now they can.
I do like the co-op on this though. Look at that.
I'm glad they stole that from some children.
Oh my gosh.
Look, Nintendo Switch. Look, you want to play Mario? We got you, Mario. You know you want to play Mario.
We're always going to play Mario.
But do you feel like you're not interfering with your friends' parties
Hey,
enough?
come out to the protest. You're going to love it.
Look,
This is going to be everyone on Tuesday night.
No, this is better. Why not go to your friend's party and interrupt it by showing them your cool electronic device?
Hey guys, I know this is like no electronics, but let's play anyways. Oh yeah, we're all gonna get drunk and stoned and have a good time.
Okay. So this is actually a real esports. Speaking of which, that is an actual real esports team. Both of these guys are actually.
I actually really enjoy this piece right here in this commercial.
So you know what I like the most? They actually pretend there's that much strategy to apparently that game. Splatoon game, yes. There's not that.
Here they go.
Here they go. And there's not that many people at this sort of esports event.
But I have never. Is this something like this really real?
At Evo it is, not for Splatoon.
Look at them. All right, here we go.
Look, it's
3, 2. Oh.
wow.
Wait, what
that
happened
is
to red versus blue? This is red versus green. It's not cool, guys.
Look,
not cool.
Look, you're never gonna get that many people playing Splatoon. Hey, look, it's Nintendo Switch. You know what? This is a true Switch for Nintendo. They actually get to be competitive for once.
It is coming in 2017, and I am so down for this.
I'm not buying one.
You always go down.
I'm seriously gonna buy that though.
I'm
I am
not.
really gonna buy that.
Jeffrey and
I'm so all
I'll
over
be being
it.
idiots with it together. Trust me.
If I buy it, I'm gonna play it right here,
So
I'm gonna
Be
like
like,
look
yeah,
up
guys.
occasionally.
So what's up? Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, this is gonna be me.
Fanservice.
So here's the thing. I only have 3 questions about the Switch, real fast. 1, price. 2, battery life. 3, can I watch Netflix on it? Because if I can Netflix that,
non-existent, yes, but only in SD. Because that's the way Nintendo works.
Someone's done their research.
wait,
I don't know, make it up as I go, based on Nintendo
When they were
trends.
playing, when they were playing the live matches, I was like, I felt like I was back at QuakeCon watching them play Quake.
The one thing I have a question
okay.
about is the battery life.
We'll talk
How is the
about
battery
Switch
life
later
gonna be
on.
that?
Trust
Ah,
But
so
we're done with this episode. Getting back
Oh,
to
no! We just got
I
back.
loved our guest. It was amazing. Give me these damn jar of pickles. I'm tired of looking at them at Jeffrey's crotch all show. So I loved our guest. We had lots of fun. talking
so
about
great. I love it.
He was.
Gears versus
Oh,
babies.
So,
Elan was amazing.
by the way, I have to say about one of your guys' thing. It must have been all about the bass. The bass.
No trouble.
No trouble.
I'm done.
It's all about the
So
bass.
next week, speaking of esports, we're going to be talking about esports, hopefully with the esports team here in town that kind of started the Texas esports movement.
They're part of the UT crew.
Yeah.
They're really cool. You guys
They're
should find
really
them.
happy. They want to come out. We just got to make sure we can schedule it. And then we have another show before Thanksgiving. We have 4 episodes left for the rest of the year.
Just
Yes.
4.
Just
Four.
And one
And
of
don't
them is our return to insanity.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
cray cray.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about. We get to do the round table again.
Oh, yes. The last show of the year is
Roundtable.
our favorite moments of the year. And if you watch the one at the end of
It's
season
all of
6,
me.
And also, don't forget to
All of
always
my
check.
favorites are me.
Shut up, Jeffrey's talking.
And don't forget to always check our Facebook group because we do live stream through there, and those are uncensored. And those are usually when we go out to conventions and we actually do live streaming interviews with the people who are
Like
running-
Jeffrey at Scream Hollow running from clowns like a pansy girl.
Speaking
Welcome
of
back,
Scream
folks.
Hollow.
Welcome
So,
back.
Speaking of
Also-
Scream Hollow,
also-
Slinky clowns in the hospital.
Yes,
Also,
thoughts
don't
about the
forget
Slinky.
that I will post links there to our streaming stuff. We do a lot of streaming stuff.
Yes.
Including, we did a stream-isode. During one of the times we missed, we actually did a stream-isode.
They did 2
About
stream
Harley.
episodes.
We did 2. So,
Yeah.
Jeffrey,
So yes,
Jeffrey and Alice
that
did one,
is
I did
it
one.
for this week. Next week we have esports. You can catch us online at Fanboy TV. You can find us on Facebook. What's your Twitter? What's your job? Twitch.
Twitch
Tweets
is
us.
Pocky _ FPTV.
And so yes,
Yes.
4 episodes left into January. We have 3 live hours. Us, Ladies of Fandoms premiering. A Maker Show's premiering. Eddie Rotten. Eddie Rotten will be live tonight at 10. Red Rum's taking over the show. We need to pray
Uncensored.
because Red Rum's in charge today.
Great,
As if we are
guys. It's
real
gonna be
enough.
fantastic.
He said
So,
clown's coming.
That's it. We'll see you guys next
know,
week.
we're
Have
gonna
fun.
have fun.
Check us out online. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Ah!